Hey, what is up, guys? It's Brendan here, and today I'm going to be showing you how to organize your products on Shopify. So this is exactly how to go about organizing and sorting your products in a logical way that can really make a lot more sense for your customers, make it easier for them to shop, and improve the overall shopping experience on your Shopify store. So that's what we're going to be getting into here in today's video, how to go about organizing them, what is the best way to go about doing that as well on your Shopify store, because by default, you're going to be seeing this catalog and you're like, wow, what are all these products? Like, what do I actually do with these? How do you organize them better into collections, break them out into certain categories? That's what we're going to be breaking down here in today's video. And before we dive into things, of course, I do want to mention, if you don't already have a Shopify store, you can go and check out that first link down below in the video description. That's brendanvalesky.com/Shopify. It will take you right over to this page here where you can get started with a Shopify free trial. Again, that's that first link down below in the video description. And without further ado, let's go ahead and dive into the tutorial. So of course, first things first, you're going to want to make sure that you are logged in to your Shopify store. Next, you're going to come over here to the left-hand side and make sure you have actually added some products to your Shopify store. Of course, you're going to need products to be able to organize those products in your store. Now, once you've added them, especially depending on the certain niche or category of products that you do tend or intend on selling within your Shopify store, they can break out quite differently depending on, of course, the products that you're actually going to be selling. Now, this is pretty much like a general tutorial store, so the products are primarily quite a wide variety, but primarily like, clothing or accessories and types of things like that. So I have them broken down by clothing and by watches, because it's like watches, clothing, a couple of little accessories and things like that. That's not really a big point of deal, of course, because, you can sort them however you want and organize them however you want, depending on the products you have in your store. So once you've actually gone in, added the products to your store, next you're going to come over here to the left-hand side and click on collections. Collections are going to be your best friend because this is the best way to actually organize products in your Shopify store. You're able to create specific collection pages, which can be really good as well for your overall Shopify store's search engine optimization and your SEO and just overall user experience and navigation through your store. It just makes it a lot easier for your customers once they come on your store to kind of click around and see all the products you actually have for sale, instead of scrolling through like an endless products page list, which just doesn't really make a whole lot of sense and isn't necessarily as easy for customers to view the products on your store. So we're going to go ahead, and as you can see here, we already have a few different collections on the Shopify store. We have watches, shoes, this is a basic one, there's no products in there. We have jewelry and of course the homepage products, that is more like a featured products. We refreshed it. As you can see here, we also do have the clothing collection. So if you're creating a collection brand new from scratch, we're going to go ahead and do one here in this tutorial just so you get a good idea of what that looks like. We're going to go ahead and click create collection. So this is what it looks like when you're going to be creating a brand new collection. Now, there's a variety of different ways that you could go about potentially organizing your products. You could organize them by price, by staff picks, as you can see here, or a summer collection, or even just a specific product type or category. It kind of comes up to you as to how you want to get creative in terms of organizing them. Now, what we're going to do here is go ahead and browse this here. So we're going to add the cat brush. Maybe let's not do that one. Let's go ahead and do this enamel pin. So we have like a pin. We also have this little earring. So those are going to be sort of like accessories, I guess, in a way. We're just going to go add those two. Now, I would say you need at least like two in a collection for it to make any kind of sense. You can add just even a single product in a collection as well if you want to do that. I would recommend going in here and creating as many collections that make sense for your store when you're going about doing this process. So we're going to go ahead and title this accessories. And I would probably recommend adding a description here too, just for your customers and things like that. You don't necessarily have to. We're just going to go ahead and leave that blank for the sake of this tutorial, but it's something that you could add if you want to. And we manually added these products. You can also automatically add products, so it will add existing and future products based on a certain title. Like on the watch collection, I have it set so that Rolex, it automatically adds all the Rolexes to the watch collection. But that's something else if you want to automate it. You can do that too if you want. You're just going to add like a product tag. You can even have it based on a certain price. So, anything that is, less than $100, that's sort of like another type of collection that you could go ahead and create. We're going to keep it to simple and just do the accessories. I guess we have to go ahead and add those back. So we add the pin, and we're going to add the earring. So we've got those added there. And you can also sort these however you want to. If you want to sort them a certain way, you can select manual sorting. We're going to go ahead and click save here first. And then you can go ahead and organize them however you want. If you want like certain products listed first, second, third, fourth, and so on and so forth. You can also just sort them by best selling too. But if you want to keep it manually and kind of, organize your products how you want to, you could do it that way too. So that's how you do that. Now, once you've gone in and added at least, I would say, a couple different collections in your store, you've got these collections to actually display them and make it easy for customers to access them. That's what we're going to be getting into now in this second half of the tutorial. Once you've created some collections, you've added products to your store, you've got them kind of, organized how you would want in terms of the naming of your collections, maybe the list and organization of those products in a specific order, to actually get them on your store, because by default it's like, oh, well, where are they now? You can't even access them on your store. What you're going to need to do is come over here to the online store section, and we're going to go to navigation. So we're on online store, and now we're on navigation. And as you can see here, we have the main menu. We're going to click on main menu, and this is where we're going to add these collections here. So by default, or how I added this originally, is a collections main menu, and then I added a couple underneath it. So you can go about doing that way as well if you want to add the menu items. You can do that under, like I'm showing you here, the navigation main menu, and then that will display the collections that you add here. So if we want to add a menu item here, we can just click on add menu item to the collections dropdown. And then we're going to go over to collections, and we're going to select clothing. So we have clothing, and we're going to add that here. So now we have clothing, jewelry, watch, and we're going to go ahead and click save. So that will then appear underneath this drop-down menu here, underneath collections. And it does take a minute for Shopify to actually display these things sometimes, because it does have to load and repopulate. So it can take a minute to actually show it. Okay, so there you go. Now we have clothing, jewelry, watch. Now, that's one way to go about organizing them on your stores. You can just put collections and then have it kind of like a little drop-down menu, and then your customers, they click on the clothing. It will take them right to the collections clothing page. You can go to jewelry. You can see the jewelry's there, or watch, and it will take them to this collection. And that's kind of a good way to go about organizing things. Alternatively, you can also go ahead and add just like a separate menu item if you would want to do that too. You can go to collections, and we can go ahead and add the accessories collection. And this will just be a main nav piece. So you have the catalog, collections, and then accessories. So we're going to go ahead and click save. And then this will populate here. Just again, give it a second or two for it to actually display on the store. And I'll be showing you how to get that main menu to pop up too on your Shopify store in case it's not showing up for you as well. I'll be showing that in just a second. I'm just showing you like the process, how this store is currently set up. Okay, so now as you can see here, this is now a main menu part of the main menu. And we have the accessories collection, like I showed you before, with the earring and the little enamel pin under the accessories collection. And that's like a good way to go about organizing things. You go through, you build the collections out depending on how your store is, like the products you plan on selling, and you just list them out like clothing, jewelry, watches, accessories, and list them out across your main nav menu. You could alternatively link to them too from your homepage. That's another thing. I'll show you real quick how to go about doing that as well. That's another place you could link to it, although I would highly advise adding it to your your main nav bar, that's going to be the easiest way for customers to actually, click through and see all the products and have them organized nice and succinctly. But so to go ahead and do that, once you've added them maybe to your navigation, and you want to make sure your main menu is showing on your store here, or if you want to add them to other parts of your Shopify store, like on the homepage and things like that, we're going to go ahead and go to online store, and then we're going to scroll down here and we're going to click customize. And this will take you to the Shopify store theme editor. And as you can see here, we now have the header section. We're going to click the header. And then as you can see here, we have on the menu here, we have main menu is the menu that we have selected. Now you can change this menu. You can also remove the menu. You can change it to other menus. In terms of creating a new menu, the only menus that I have in this store is the footer menu, which again is more the footer, as you can see, like privacy policy, contact us, legal pages, things like that. We're going to keep it to the main menu, but that is how you go about changing this if you want to make sure. Or you could create a new menu from scratch. If you click this button here, it will go and you can create a new menu if you want to just start from scratch. That's how you go ahead and select and make sure that your menu is actually displaying in the header section of your Shopify store. You can have it, set to be like a mega menu, where it would appear like this when you click the drop down. You can also have it as like a drawer. That's more like mobile devices typically kind of go about doing that way, but that's another way to go about organizing things too. If you want to change the way that the menu is displayed on your store, then it will show the links that you add, which are essentially the product collections. It will display it kind of like that if you change the menu type. I personally prefer drop down. It is probably the easiest, but if you want things a little different, you can also do that way too, at least on this Shopify store theme. This is, again, the Dawn theme on Shopify. Each theme may have slightly different menu look and feel, so do keep that in mind as well. Now, if you do want to also sort of go about adding and organizing products on your homepage too from these collections, another thing you can do is you go here to add section. As you can see, I've kind of already done it here with the featured products. But this is what you could do. You can click on featured collection. And so if we want to do it from below the image banner, we want to add it here. Okay, so maybe it's a little bit easier for you to see here because I know I have the video in the bottom right-hand corner. So you can click the add section in the middle like I showed you before, or you can come over here to the left-hand side and click the little blue plus, and then it will bring up this menu here where you can select different sections to add to your Shopify store's homepage, such as a featured collection, which is the organized list that we've pretty much already curated with the products like I showed you in the Shopify store. Now, you can also select other options too in terms of like other things you might want to show in terms of linking to multiple different collections. So that would be a collection list. So I'm going to be showing you both of those right here in this tutorial to kind of round out things, just to give you an idea of how to actually show these on your store. So as you can see here, this is a featured collection example. They just have example product titles and t-shirts, so you can see like, okay, that's a featured collection. Of course, you're going to actually need to select the collection. And so we're going to go ahead and do clothing, since that one actually has 4 products in it. And we're going to select that one. So as you can see here, we now have the featured collection. We're going to go back to the home page. We scroll down and we can see that we now have that featured collection of the organized products directly on our homepage, given the ones that we selected in the product list, and we added them to the collection in our Shopify store. Now, next, in addition to adding just a featured collection with showing a few different products, now you can show more than 4. You can feel free to play around with these sliders if you do want to show more products, or make them full width or whatnot. However you want to go about doing like certain like look customizations. Not gonna be focusing on that too much in this video. If you want to sort of adjust the images and make them look a little different, you can go ahead and click through here. You even have image shape. You can make it like a blob. It's kind of harder to see with the animation because these are just already kind of edited photos, so they're already a white backdrop. So we're just going to leave that like that. And next, what we can do is underneath the featured collection, we can add another section with the collection list. So this is another great way to organize the products in your store, is utilizing the collection list. Again, this is another great way to organize things, is once you've got a few different collections in your Shopify store, this is what you can do. You could select the collection list like I already selected, and then you have this list here. And we're going to go ahead, and all you have to do is click on each of these boxes once you've selected the overall collection list. If you just click the big box, this will only be like the things you're going to be editing for the overall look and style of this. So if you want to change that title here, instead of collections, collection to collections, that's something there. You can change the heading size, things like that there too, if you want to customize kind of that look and feel. But if you click on these here, this is where you're going to select the collection. You click the select collection, brings up the list, and you can add the accessories collection. You can go through here and, okay, I guess maybe we have to click save. We select the accessories. Okay, then you got to click the little select button. And so now we have that saved there. We select the collection clothing. We click select. And then we come over here and click watches. And we click save there. And we click save in the top right-hand corner. And if you want to edit this collection list too, like more of the way that it looks and feels beyond that, you can go through here and maybe add more columns too, maybe if you have more collections. Currently in this store, we just have the 3, so I'm going to be limiting it to 3 collections there. You can add more too if you want. If you want to change the kind of the look of the columns or things like that, you can even kind of make it look smaller so it's maybe a little bit different for your store. It just depends on how you kind of want to make things look. You could even go all the way down to 2 or even 1, just have one really big one there too. We're going to just stick to 3 or maybe 4 just because I kind of like the way the look is for that. I'm going to go ahead and click save, and we're going to refresh the home page here. And we scroll down, and there we see the collection. So you can see we have the accessories collection, the clothing collection, and the watch collection. And that's a good way to go about organizing products so that when people come to your homepage on your store, they scroll around, they can very quickly and easily navigate. In the main menu here, if you do it there or just list them out one by one, side to side, like how the accessories or about us and other pages are listed in your menus, or you can add them as these little sort of sections on your homepage too, to easily link to and make it navigatable from your Shopify store's homepage for customers to see, accessories, clothing, watches. You can really, the world is your oyster here as far as choosing how you want to kind of organize things on your store. But that's just how I did it here for this tutorial. As you can see, pretty nice and easy way to go about organizing things in your Shopify store. There's a couple of good ways that you can go about doing that. Again, collections are your best friend at the end of the day for better organizing your products and selecting, featured collections and organizing them just in a much more better way to link to them and make products more visible on your Shopify store. So again, guys, I hope you found this tutorial helpful. Again, if you do not already have a Shopify store, you go and check out that first link down below in the video description. That's brandonvalesky.com/Shopify. It will take you right over to this page here where you can get started with a Shopify free trial. Again, that's that first link down below in the video description. If you guys found this tutorial helpful or enjoyed it, then be sure to smash that like button, hit the subscribe button as well, and notification bell so you're notified whenever I upload a new video. But anyway, guys, that is all for today's video, and I will see you in the next one. Peace out.